Rode just made their system 100% complete with an interview microphone that works with their existing system. Let's check it out. I'm here at NAB 2024 with Ryan Burka, Product Director for Rode. Ryan, I see this device in your hand.
Yes.
I'm actually excited. What does it do?
Okay, this is called the Interview Pro. Now, this is a handheld interview microphone for situations just like this, on-street interviews, presentations, things like that, that's compatible with the entire Rode Series 4 range of wireless microphones. So if you've got a Wireless Me, a Wireless Go, a Wireless Pro, you can get the Interview Pro and pair it up. And it's also natively compatible with the Rodecaster series podcasting consoles as well. Now, this microphone is an omnidirectional handheld interview microphone. On-street interviews, two-person interviews are a really popular category of content nowadays. And we've seen from the Interview Go, which is an accessory you can get for the wireless, the Rode Wireless series, that a lot of people are really interested in being able to have a nice, kind of interview. And we really wanted to level that content up and create the best possible solution for that type of use case. So what I have here is a handheld microphone. It records on board in 32-bit float. And for those who don't know about 32-bit float, essentially what it means is that we have multiple different signal chains going through the microphone and getting much larger dynamic range than what you would normally get from a normal interview setup. What that means essentially for your content is it doesn't matter if someone screams and shouts or whispers into the microphone, you're never going to have clipping, and you also won't have a noisy signal if somebody talks really quietly and you have to boost it in post. You always have the ideal gain staging on the microphone.
So basically, this is like a shield against, whatever happens, you still have good audio that is recording. Will that be transmitted to the receiver unit in 32 bits?
Great question. So we don't transmit 32-bit float wireless, but what we actually do is while recording on board, and you can see the nice little record LED on the front here, we actually have an algorithm called Gain Assist, which dynamically changes the level. So there's a couple of different modes of Gain Assist, but essentially what it does is it controls your dynamics before sending it over the air wirelessly. So there's a lot of different complexities when you're setting up an audio signal, as you would know, with gain staging. So if you don't have the preamp level right on your camera, if you've got the gain set too high on your output, sometimes you can have all sorts of issues, and that's why we added the recording on board in 32-bit float. But what we do to help you get the optimal level every single time straight into camera, we have Gain Assist that essentially makes sure that even if someone's really quiet or really loud, you always have the ideal signal level.
Kind of doing post-production in the microphone.
Absolutely. I mean, look, we're always trying to make the workflow as easy as possible and as quick as possible without sacrificing performance. So essentially what you're getting is exactly that. It's the exact type of mix that you would do on your audio at the end of the day when you're editing, but we can do that on the fly with Gain Assist, getting that level perfect as you go.
So I know you have a stick that's called Interview Go, which is basically you put the Rode Pro or Rode Go on. Why would I get this or the Interview Go?
So the nice thing about this microphone is it's purpose-built for handheld interview scenarios. So the idea here is we have a 14mm capsule on board, a nice large diaphragm there so that when you're kind of picking up interview voices up close, you get that really nice rich tone. It also has time code on board. So working with the Wireless Pro series, so if you have a Wireless Pro transmitter, you can pair the unit and then it will have time code running directly to your camera so that you can perfectly synchronize all of your audio and your video. And it also has on board storage of over 40 hours of 32-bit float uncompressed recording, but the battery on board will also last over 25 hours. So the nice thing about this is if you're going out and doing long-form interviews, or even if you want to be able to do interviews without any other gear, you can just take the microphone, hit the record button, and this can be a standalone interview product. So you might be a radio producer, you might be doing podcasting content, and you just need to be able to get some audio content. You can also just use the microphone standalone. It doesn't have to pair up with a receiver, but then you have the added bonus of being able to run that with a receiver, with time code, with you name it. So.
And you mentioned the onboard battery. So is this something that I can replace, or do I only have to use the internal battery?
It's an internal lithium-ion battery. completely serviceable though, so if anyone needs to, change it many, many years down the track. But not all lithium-ion batteries, as you would know, are the same. We have only the best, when we're creating our products. So, but it is a serviceable unit, but it's an onboard battery. You simply charge it via USB-C or using the Rode RS1 charging station. So we actually have a charging dock that you can just drop the microphone into, charge it at the end of the day.
Okay, wonderful. And how about IP rating? Can you use this in your rain, slight rain? How do you go about that?
It doesn't have a specific IP rating for this microphone. Moisture is the enemy of all microphones. This is universal from any microphone, any brand. We actually have the exact thing that you've got on your microphone here, which is a nice little windshield for outdoors. It's okay, typically, if you're outdoors and it rains a little bit, as long as you remove the windshield, you dry it out separately from the microphone, and get it dry as soon as possible after using it. Don't leave it in the moisture. It's going to be totally fine. These microphones go through really strict environmental testing. So we will test from negative 20 degrees Celsius all the way up to plus 60 degrees Celsius at 85% humidity to make sure that the microphone will survive all of those conditions without ever cutting out. And that's exactly what this microphone can do. It's pretty amazing, the range of different environments it can work in, but it's always a bad idea to get a microphone wet if you can avoid it.
It looks like an amazing unit. Talk to me about price and availability. When can I get this and how much will it cost me?
So these are shipping right now all around the world, and they're $249 US.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially being a standalone unit, having 32-bit float, having a nice 14mm capsule, purpose-built for interviews. If you're doing any form of interview content, the Interview Pro is a perfect product.
So I understand you can get the Interview Pro as a standalone to pair up with any of your existing. Do you also sell a kit that has a receiver on it?
We're not currently selling a kit. We have a lot of different, kind of users in the Series 4 platform, and that's, Wireless Me, Wireless Go 2, or Wireless Pro. So essentially, if you have any of those other kits, you can pair it up. And the
Rodecaster?
Rodecaster as well. So even if you've got a podcasting console, you can pair it directly to a Rodecaster Pro or a Rodecaster Duo. They have receivers on board.
Okay, wonderful. So this is an amazing unit. I can't wait to see what the rest of the ecosystem looks like. Ryan, thank you very much.
Thanks so much for coming by.
We're going to stay here at NAB 2024. Keep walking the floor. Stay with us for more awesome news and floor coverage.